got 3 little brothers, a lot older. One's 20 years older, one 18 years older, one 15. They all wrestled. You know, they're all pretty good wrestlers, so that's why I wrestled because of them. Wrestled in high school, and that's where I started. I never really knew like what hard work was before that. Obviously, you know, wrestling's real tough as far as the conditioning if you've never done it before. I played football a little bit, and that was a little bit tough. You know, I wasn't used to the hitting or the running. But until you do wrestling, you're not really prepared to what hard work is or what really getting tired is. You know, tried playing rugby, and it was fun, but it wasn't, you know, exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to do something besides just go out and, you know, drink or party with my friends. You know, that got pretty old pretty quick. You know, after like a year doing that my freshman years, I heard about this gym down here, and I came down here, and then that was it, like 10 years ago. I thought I was going to come down here. I was going to just wrestle, and I'd be able to beat everybody just by wrestling. Nobody knew what wrestling was, right? But I came down here, and then Daryl Mackerel is here, one of the best wrestlers from this area, and obviously the wrestling didn't go over so well. I was in love with it right away. I started coming down here with Daryl and a bunch of the other guys. It was definitely humbling. Obviously, I lost for a long time, every time for a long time, and it's definitely humbling. You know, a lot of guys were fighting. They were a lot of bigger guys. I didn't get a good position. I don't think I landed a submission for a long time. You know, I'm started doing the boxing, get a little better with my hands, started doing a little better with the grappling and doing a little better with the wrestling, thanks to Daryl and everything. And then eventually, you know, I thought maybe someday, eventually down the road, and then Daryl just came in and told me that I was signed up. I was going to be fighting in so many months, and that was it. I didn't really have much of a choice, especially in the beginning before it was on TV. You know, you kind of like, what's going to happen? Like, what, you know, I didn't really know who was fighting that much. You know, stuff wasn't really online like it is now. You didn't have YouTube as much, so you just kind of see what happens. But definitely insanely nervous and insanely scared, really scared. Luckily I won, so I was very excited. But I didn't immediately know I wanted to do it again. I just was so happy that I accomplished fighting. I didn't know if I was going to be able to fight at all. Everybody I looked at as like so awesome or so big and rugged. Like I'm just going to get killed. I wasn't that big of a guy. I'm like, man, I'm just going to get killed. But luckily I won. Before I started coming down here, you know, I wasn't quite as outspoken or as confident. Fighting, it gives you like it really brings out who you really are. When you get hit really hard or hit in the face, you can either like kind of turn away and that'd be it, or you gotta go back forward again, you know, eventually, or keep fighting, no matter what happens. I always had patience, but you definitely learn a lot more patience in fighting. You know, you don't have to walk around as like a tough guy. You know what you're capable of, or what your abilities are, and what you're not capable of, what you can't do. I see it as the ultimate sport. I think it's kind of what every other sport does when their emotions bring them out of the restraints of their own rules. Like see in the NASCAR races when some guy rubs against the other guy too close and they get pissed off, they'll run out of the car and start fighting. You know, when the rules of their sport aren't enough, they resort to our sport. You know, basketball happens, a guy, or in baseball, a guy will charge him out when he doesn't like a pitch or a call. Football, you know, fight sometimes. Hockey, obviously, awesome sport because they allow the fighting. But you know, I think it's what every other sport aspires to when the restraints of their own sport aren't enough and they want to just win. I'm very proud of my fighting. I accomplished 2 of the major goals I had. I wanted to win a local title and fight on like a world stage. I kind of did that in the WEC. But more importantly, I more value and grateful for the things I learned here and the friendships I made here with especially the owner, Daryl Mackerel, his son Daryl Jr., John Naples, Chris Simmons, and Andrew Kerr, and everybody, all the people that have come through here. I've created a lot of great friendships and bonds with that are, whether I ever fight again, or I fight 100 more times, those things aren't going to be replaceable. And the memories and the friendships that we have and the experiences are really pretty something special to me.